you may be able to catch at the memorial for the late Fernando Valenzuela, who passed away just about 3 days before the World Series began. So a lot of fans obviously wanting the Dodgers to pull this off for Fernando in honor of his memory. And now we're ready to celebrate, right? It's a party. LA, last night, I'm sure if you were asleep, you heard the fireworks like myself. I woke up to that and I knew what had happened. So we're all ready to party. And with that, let's talk about the parade that's happening tomorrow, which also happens to be what would have been the 64th birthday of Fernando Valenzuela. So it's going to be really a special day for Dodgers fans. So the parade happening at 11 o'clock in the morning. It's going to start over at Claudia Molina Park. That's right outside of City Hall. So let's pull up the map, take a look, follow along with us. It's going to be moving across from there towards Spring Street and then moving on 4 blocks to South Grand Avenue. From there, the parade heads to 5th Street, ending at 5th and Flower. It's going to last approximately 45 minutes. And the best part about this is, right, for Dodgers fans, you get to experience and celebrate this amazing season and this amazing World Series run by being there and participating along with the players celebrating all together. So we'll have more for you guys coming up throughout the newscast. For now, I'll send it back to you guys.
Monica, you're probably too young to remember a lot of Fernando Mania, but does your family remember it? Did people realize how big it was back then?
You know what, John, it's funny you ask that because actually this past Sunday I was just talking Dodgers with my boyfriend's family and his dad was like, you know what, I just remembered that I named my son Fernando, the oldest, because of the late Fernando Valenzuela. I was like, no way. So he had forgotten just the impact that Valenzuela had on his life. And so yeah, he's named his oldest son Fernando Valenzuela. So you can see Dodgers are really proud of Fernando and really proud of what this team has accomplished this World Series.
Yeah, I was living in San Diego at the time, and I was a Padres fan, so I hated the Dodgers, but, you know, everybody loved Fernando. Everybody loved Fernando. Even Padre fans love Fernando. He just rose above all of that because he was just such a great pitcher to watch. He was so much fun. So, yeah, it's great that they can honor him with a parade, a World Series win on his birthday. That's just incredible. So that's really cool to hear. Okay, Monica, yeah, we look forward to that parade, and we also look forward to seeing these players get off the plane. You can see they're now backing that big aircraft into its parking spot. They have some buses on hand as well that will be taking the players. We're not sure where they're going to go, though, so we're going to be kind of following along to see what happens next. We do have Scott Reif live in Air 7. Scott, you there?
Yeah, John, we're just watching the final stages of the airplane being pushed back by the tug. The buses are ready to go, and any moment now they're going to pull up, and our boys in blue are going to start to come off the plane. So pretty exciting stuff. I'm sure they're happy to be home, right? And elated that they have the championship, of course, and then they've got that big parade in store for them tomorrow. So I have a feeling they might be a little tired as well, depending on what happened on that plane. Maybe it was a celebration the whole way home. I think it's a 5.5-hour flight or so. But we will see what they look like here in just a moment. They're driving the ramp up, and they'll be getting off that plane in just a second.
All right, Scott, we're going to take a little break from our coverage here on the stream. We have a GMA cut-in coming up. We're going to give you that, but we are going to have Scott over this situation at LAX in Air 7 as following along as those players get ready to get off the plane. So stay with us.
This is Eyewitness News with live breaking news.
Hey, good morning. I'm John Gregory. We do have breaking news at LAX where the Dodgers landed just moments ago. We do have Scott Reif live in Air 7 with more. Scott, they're getting ready to get off that plane.
They certainly are. The boys are back. What a gorgeous day at LAX right now. The plane had landed probably about 15 minutes ago. It took a while. The taxi to the FBO, the base operator, where they're going to get off. They have buses standing by. The first one is pulling up. It's hard to say if they have just players and staff or some families are on board the plane as well, but we're going to find out about that in just a moment. A lot of excitement. The guys got the big parade coming up tomorrow starting at 11 o'clock in downtown Los Angeles. Couldn't ask for a more beautiful day, and certainly with the buses just pulling up and our crisp shot, we're going to get a great look of them coming off the plane right now. Now, we discussed a little bit if the buses are going to take them to Dodger Stadium, or if they may just take them to a parking lot close by where their vehicles are. You know, the guys got to be exhausted depending on what they did last night, but even just the stress of playing, they're going to want to get home and decompress and see their families, but they should be coming off the plane here any second, John.
Okay, Scott, we're going to be following this along. We'll have more local news, weather, and traffic in about 25 minutes.
Who is? Should be Freddie. Maybe be the coach, Dave Roberts. Shohei.
And we're following breaking news. The Dodgers have landed at LAX. They're getting ready to open the door there. You can see we're all taking bets on who gets out first. Scott Reif is live in Air 7. He's following it for us. Scott.
Yeah, who will be holding the trophy? Now, Freddie Freeman should have the MVP trophy, and we're trying to see if we can't recognize some of these individuals, but you've probably got a bigger monitor than mine, John, and you'll be able to. Right now, I haven't recognized a player that has gotten off, so this may be some of the staff. This may be some family members if they did fly with them. It's hard to say for certain, but our boys in blue are on there, and it looks like a lot of the family members did travel with them, John, so that's incredible. It's a pretty good-sized aircraft, so obviously they could get hundreds of people, and hundreds, maybe even close to 2, on this plane. But what an exciting flight that must be, not only for the players, but can you imagine for the kids, the family members? We're flying in this plane back home to LA, champions with all these really what are heroes, basically, are LA Dodgers with what they've done for the city. But slowly but surely, I don't think I've seen a player come off yet.
Yeah, it's tough to tell. They've all got those hats on, so from the air, looking down, it's tough to get a good look at some of these guys. But, boy, yeah, you're right. It must have been a really fun ride for these kids. And I'm sure they're tired, too. Yeah, they're going to... Go ahead, Scott.
What an incredible day. I mean, I can't get, open up just real quick. I know we want to see them, but, well, maybe not too much, but you just push back in. It was a bad idea. I wanted to show you how beautiful it is outside. It's just spectacular today, and it sort of adds to the ambience of the plane landing, everything being perfect, and us being champions, and those guys being heroes. It sort of plays all into it all, but we want to stay tight on this shot to see when we see some of the players come out. But certainly, John, that question is answered. You had said that. You thought maybe the families would be on the plane. I wasn't sure about that, but obviously that is the case. So they've got hundreds of people on this plane right now, and I don't believe we've seen a Dodger player come off yet, but certainly we plan to pretty soon. So, who will be holding the championship trophy? And then Freddie Freeman should have the MVP trophy, I would think, in his hand. I believe they travel with it. I'm not certain exactly how that works, if they get it later or if they have it now, but it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, it'd be great if they could come out of a plane with the trophy and hold it up and give us a good cheer. That probably won't happen, but that's the scenario we're hoping for. Yeah, lots of kids on the plane. Boy, they packed it good.
Lots. So that's great. And you don't see it in the shot because we're staying tight, but there are, probably 50, 60 people that work at this area. You can stay tight, Marcel, you don't have to show it. That just came out to look. Everybody that works at this fixed base operator. You have FBOs at the airport that are private and away from the terminals that are public, and that's where the big Gulf Streams come in and things like that. And so all the guys working there, the auxiliary staff, they're all outside trying to get a look. But we're staying tight. We're not showing you that, but that's a once-in-a-lifetime deal, right? I'm sure they got their phones out. They're taking pictures. But what's surprising, at least initially, is how many kids are on board. I think we've seen more kids come off the plane than we have adults.
Yeah, and we're still not sure of the logistics of what happens next. They do have those buses lined up. We're guessing most of them will be getting on buses. And where they go from there, still not clear, but we're going to be tagging along and to see what happens next with this. And you're right, Scott, I don't think, have we seen players get off yet? It's a lot of family right now.
I'm not sure that we have. I mean, it's very difficult. You know, like I said, your monitor is going to be better than ours. We got a lot of glare up here.
Is that Dave Roberts there? Yeah, maybe Dave Roberts.
Is that Dave Roberts? I can't tell for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, we believe it is. So the coach has gotten off.
Yeah.
And so it's just so difficult to tell sometimes. That could be one of the players right there with a hat backwards. I'm trying to think who that might be. I got somebody down there who knows better than I do. Doesn't look like Muncy. Could be Gavin Lux. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell. You know, you see the beard and then you start wondering. But boy, the amount of people coming off the plane is amazing right now. And the fact that most of them are children, I can only imagine how exciting it would be to be one of those kids on this plane. But this is going to take some time. There are 6 buses standing by, and they will be taking the family and the players obviously to their vehicles so they can get home. It's about, they left New York. It's about a 5.5 hour, maybe 6-hour flight, depending on what the jet stream is doing. You're going against the jet stream when you come back this way. You're with the jet stream, so you get to New York a bit quicker. And coming back this way takes a little longer. It could have been as much as 6 hours. And so, obviously with all the kids on the flight, more than likely it was a pretty relaxed flight, right? I mean, I don't think they were crazy partying after the game. So more than likely they got some rest. Obviously they need it. And then they got the big parade tomorrow. That's at 11, but I'm sure they'll probably meet, 9 o'clock or so at Dodger Stadium before they head to the parade and get going with that.
Yeah, what an incredible 24 hours for everybody on that plane. An amazing World Series game victory, amazing celebration afterwards, and I'm sure it went on into that aircraft as they were flying home. And boy, it's not over yet. Like you said, we've got a lot more celebration to go with that parade tomorrow as well.
Yeah, no doubt. Are you all the way in, Marcel? Are we as tight as we can get? There's a little jitter when we go to the doubler. You can tell that. But I think it's better because then we can actually maybe make out some of the players. Somebody in the studio can tell me whether they're okay with that or they want us to get off it. You can see the shot jitters a little bit when we go onto the doubler on our lens. It just gives us more focal length. It gives us, a better look at who's coming out. But you also see a little jitter in the picture. It's just the way the mechanism is put together. But wow, the family is obviously coming off first. Now, who is that? Could that be, I don't know, who could that be? Chris Taylor, maybe? It's so hard to tell.
I thought I saw one of the pictures, Kopech, I thought, getting off the plane.
Okay. All right, that very well could be. Very well could be. It's pretty difficult, especially when they're wearing a hat.
Yeah.
But what a sight. I know I mentioned it earlier, but it sort of plays to the whole scenario here. You just seen a tight shot, but it's a spectacular day here in Los Angeles. It's so crisp, so clear. It was a great shot watching the airplane land. Took some time to taxi because they landed on the north side. They had to taxi quite a ways to get back here and stop many times. But they're home now. They're home safe and sound. World champions. I wonder, in a way, John, if it's even, hit them yet, right? You win something, you're out there, and all of a sudden, the excitement of it all, the anxiety that comes with that, the way you feel, and then all of a sudden, sometimes it takes hours or even a day before you sit back and take a deep breath and go, wow.
Right. Give it all a chance to sink in, yeah. Scott, we want to bring in Dodger Stadium announcer Todd Lights. He's joining us via Zoom. Todd, thanks for joining us. Do you have any sense of what the steps are next? They're going to get on these buses. Are they going back to Dodger Stadium, do you know?
Yeah, I imagine that they probably left their vehicles in the Dodger Stadium parking lot and bussed to the airport from there. And then they'll be heading back and heading home. As you can see, there's a lot of tired kids and wives and front office staff that are getting off that plane right now. And that they were celebrating through the night. And they're probably just really happy to be back in Los Angeles as world champions.
Todd, did you watch the game last night? You must have.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yes, it was quite a roller coaster ride. And I really thought the game was a microcosm of the Dodgers season in the sense that they went down early. They overcame obstacles. They took advantage of miscues by the other team and came out victorious. So just a fantastic 2024 season for the Los Angeles Dodgers. We've been waiting a long time for this as part of the organization, and I know the fans have waited for this for a long, long time. And here it is. Yeah. We are champions of the World Series once again.
It's, the season started, and when you saw the lineup the Dodgers put together with those great pitchers and those great hitters, everybody thought they were just going to roll through this season. But then the injuries started happening, and boy, it was a struggle getting here. But boy, they put it together at the right time.
They certainly did, and I think it was a masterful job. Not only Dodger manager Dave Roberts, but the general manager Andrew Friedman and Brandon Gomes. They just are so smart in the way they deploy their assets and the way they use the Dodger players and to give them the best chance of success. So it was really a master class in baseball management. It's just fantastic, unbelievable. I couldn't be more proud of this group of guys and this organization, and I'm so happy for the fans.
Now tell us, what are you expecting tomorrow? You'll probably be at the stadium, I'm guessing. What are they going to be doing down there?
Yeah, my role is at the stadium. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but I know that I'll be doing some announcements and some celebrating. So it'll be that last thing that we've needed. We won the World Series in 2020 in a bubble. There were no fans at Dodger Stadium, of course. And now, we've had this beautiful postseason run where the fans got to come out in droves and support the team. And now they get to come out for tomorrow's festivities at Dodger Stadium and then, of course, along the parade route. So it's going to be really fun. I'm not really sure what's going to happen, but I know I'm going to be there, and I'm honored to have a small part in it.
Yeah, it's going to be great. We were talking earlier. It's also Fernando Valenzuela's birthday tomorrow, so that's kind of cool, too. So they'll be allowed to be inside the stadium. Is that what we think is going to happen?
That's what I understand, is that some fans will be able to purchase tickets to get into the celebration inside the stadium, and then some fans will be able to obviously line the parade route. And so we'll see. I'm sure I'll get some more details now that our organization has all landed, and they're going to probably go back to their offices for a few minutes to make their final plans for the parade. So I'm sure that'll all come out as the day progresses. But right now we know that there's going to be an event at Dodger Stadium and obviously a parade route through downtown Los Angeles, which is very, very exciting.
Yeah, it is. Were you secretly hoping, though, for a Game 6 so it could happen at home?
Well, I have to admit, John, I was a little ambivalent. I really wanted the Dodgers to stop playing with their food and just finish the Yankees off in New York. But there was a little part of me that was like, well, it would be really, really, really nice to clinch it at home. But they clinched the division series at home. They clinched the championship series at Dodger Stadium. So that was fun in itself. And then we got that wonderful moment with Freddie Freeman hitting the walk-off grand slam in Game 1 of the World Series, echoes of Kirk Gibson back in 1988. So we had some beautiful moments at Dodger Stadium. So my cup runneth over at this point. I would have enjoyed another game at Dodger Stadium, but then it would have been real nervous time at that point.
Right. That Freddie Freeman home run was one of the greatest baseball moments that I can remember. Boy, just incredible. And what a season he had.
I've been behind the mic at Dodger Stadium for 10 seasons now, and I've seen a lot of amazing baseball. This is the third World Series, all the championship series, but that moment was the most surprising, jaw-dropping, awe-inspiring, tremendous moment that I can remember at Dodger Stadium, and that one will live on for many, many decades to come. Okay,
they've had some great teams in the last 10 years. You've seen them all. Is this the best one?
I really think it's the one that got it done. The 2020 team was fantastic. The 2017 team was very special. This group of guys really played for each other, and although we had 3 MVPs at the top of the lineup, these guys really played for each other, and they really put their egos aside, and the chemistry in that clubhouse and the chemistry and the culture that Dave Roberts helped to instill. And they were just such a cohesive, heartwarming group that you just couldn't help but root for them. I'm so proud of them. We've had some really bitter disappointments in recent years, even though we've had the best record in baseball for the past several seasons. but this time they performed when the lights got the hottest, and they really did the job. Job is finished, to kind of paraphrase Kobe Bryant. Job wasn't finished. The job is now finished.
Yeah, definitely. And for Dave Roberts too, he got a lot of heat in the past about some of the maneuvers he would make, pitching changes, and boy, it seemed this year he hit all the right buttons at the right time.
He sure did, and he doesn't make those decisions in a vacuum. He's playing chess, really. He's playing several moves in advance. He doesn't, when he doesn't go to some high leverage relievers, it's because he doesn't want the other team to get too much of a look at some of these guys, or he's playing a long game, and he's looking forward to maybe looking forward to a game 6, and how am I gonna manage that? So there's so much that goes into the decisions that they have made and they made over the course of the postseason. But you're right, he did push all the right buttons.
Todd, stick with us. I want to go back to Scott Reif live in Air 7. And Scott, it looks like that plane is empty.
Well, I'm not sure about that. Now, hundreds of people have gotten off. Most of them, though, appear to be, family members, children. I'm not sure if all the players are actually with them at this point in time. They may be. I wonder if that's a Patriots plane, but I don't think that could be the Dodgers coming out of that plane, can it? Could they have, I think the players might have been on this plane.
Oh.
Bear with me here. Okay, we see a Patriots aircraft plane that would have came out of New York. We have Dodgers shirts on these individuals, and it looks like the players may have been on this plane, and the other plane may have possibly just had the families and the staff.
Oh,
so
okay.
I think, who is that right there? Is that Gavin Lux? Is that Max Muncy?
I can't tell. tell.
So I really think these are the players coming off. I have a feeling that they were on a different plane. So I'm not positive. Hate to make too much speculation, but it appears to be somewhat interesting that they are getting off this plane all with LA hats on. For the most part, it looks like, right?
Yeah.
And Dodgers jerseys. So. And they're all merging with the family members. I can't believe they'd have another plane come in that wasn't the players and then merge with the family. So I think we had a second plane come in with the players, and this very well could be it.
Okay, yeah, maybe they tricked us all by flying in a Patriots aircraft. That's interesting. But we'll keep an eye on it.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. So you get scared going out on a limb, but this sure does look like our players to me.
Yeah,
I think,
yeah.
That is, who is that? That's, I know who that is.
Is that Copa?
Is that Tyler Glasnow? And Kershaw came off. So, yeah, these are our players, man.
Yeah.
These are our players. So, interesting. They stumped us. They brought in a second plane. And not only that, the Patriots plane. So I guess the New England Patriots said, you guys embarrassed us so bad last night. Maybe there was a bet somebody won. We've got to fly you back on our plane.
I thought maybe the Patriots were in town playing the Rams or something. All right. We want to check back. Yeah, we want to check back in with Monica Dayan to talk about the parade planned for tomorrow. Start time is 11 a.m. Is that correct?
Yeah, John, that's right. 11 a.m. start time for this muchly anticipated parade. What we are hoping to learn more about is the parking situation, details, everything that you want to know, all those questions. LA Mayor Karen Bass is expected to hold a press conference in less than 15 minutes where she's going to address that, talk about parking, talk about logistics, what you need to know if you're thinking about, you know what, I'm going to take the day off work tomorrow. I have to be there at the parade. I want to be there with the Dodgers players. I want to be there with my family, my friends, with fellow Dodgers fans, and really celebrate with the team this World Series victory. Of course, they are the champions. We're just outside of Dodger Stadium, and we are anxiously awaiting to see if we spot those buses coming from the airport to over here. We have seen fans stopping by all morning. Of course, they're anxiously awaiting for that parade. Let's go ahead and show you the map so you can take a visual look at the route that the Dodgers parade is going to be following. So tomorrow, 11 a.m., remember, it's starting over at Gloria Molina Park in front of City Hall on Spring Street, then traveling down First Avenue and marching 4 blocks to South Grand Avenue. From there, the parade will head to 5th Street, ending at 5th and Flower, and it'll last about 45 minutes. With Dodgers players traveling along the route in double-decker buses. We know, John, that's going to be a party. People are going to be going crazy. They're going to be...
Oh, okay. Can't go below 20? I didn't know that. We have to leave for fuel in like something I didn't know with this aircraft about fuel load. We got 15 minutes max. Hey, there's the trophy. Who is that? Who's that holding it up? Bueller? 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 Yep, that's Bueller. That's Bueller with the trophy. World Championship trophy for the Dodgers. Incredible. Yeah, they just about debarked everyone at this point in time. They have deplaned. They're meeting their families. I think everybody is off. It startled us, John, when we were looking at one plane. All the family came off. We thought the players were coming next, and in came this New England Patriots plane that our Dodgers were on. And so they have now reunited with their family, and there's a bunch of buses here. We just saw the World Championship trophy being held up by Bueller, and we saw all the players, for the most part, come off. There's buses off to the left side of your screen, and we're not certain exactly where they're going. There's a good chance they're all going to Dodger Stadium. If so, we're going to follow them. You can see a lot of other folks have come out. The fire department here, everybody wants to get a look at their champions. It's a glorious day, man. It's such a great thing to be able to report on after this championship. And I was around in 1981, but I was just flying a helicopter for the news service back then. And then, of course, 2020, it was similar. We did something like this at least at one of the times when they came back and landed in that series. So I don't remember if it was a winning, when they had won the championship, if they flew back or if they won that at home. But I remember watching them get off a plane back in 2020 as well. So pretty remarkable stuff. It's a really cool shot. It looks like all the players are off the plane now, and now it's just a matter of the transport from here to their vehicles. Jim. You're gonna get it. It certainly was. I think the parade is going to be phenomenal tomorrow. If you're thinking about coming, get down there early. If you work in Los Angeles, take the day off. It's just not worth it. There's going to be so much traffic down there. Obviously, Metro is the way to go if you want to come out, because it gets pretty chaotic, especially when the parade is over. People sort of slowly come into the parade over amount of hours, but once it's over, and everybody's trying to get out. It's pretty chaotic. So keep that in mind. I mean, if I worked in LA, I'd be telling my boss, no, I'm not coming in. It's just not worth the hassle and the amount of downtime. But we're expecting, with the weather that we have, how excited everybody is about this championship, we are expecting a huge turnout tomorrow. I think it is too. I think that's Muncie. We saw Mookie Betts just a moment ago walk down. We saw Bueller with the trophy. I think we saw a couple other people that we could actually make out. Gavin Lux was one of them, and pretty interesting. But now comes off the luggage. They got to get that luggage into the the appropriate bus here before they take off to more than likely Dodger Stadium. So there's a lot of people trying to make sure they have the right luggage and get to the right spot and get reunited with their family and get back to their cars. I'm sure they're really anxious, though, to get home and relax. Mookie Betts. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. No doubt. Yeah, no, all the guys, we just had such a great lineup of hitters. Compared to the Yankees had a real spot in there where they just didn't have anybody to generate runs. And then, of course, if you give away 5 runs, you just say, here, take 5 runs. You're not going to win any games that way. So the Yankees just imploding like that, was really just unbelievable. I almost can't believe it happened in a World Series, let alone a Major League Baseball game. But regardless, the Dodgers would have won. Even if the last night's game would have gone to a Game 6, they definitely would have won this series. They had it in them. They were a better team. Yeah, I didn't hear a lot of that. I really wasn't getting the buzz from that. I was getting more of the buzz that the Dodgers were more of a complete team. They were a better team to generate runs than the Yankees. The Yankees, like I said, they had some holes in their lineup where they just really didn't have the ability to generate as many runs. You know, and some of their superstars just didn't show up, you know. And that certainly changed the dynamic, and ours really did. So we had that scare with Shohei, you know, when he tore his shoulder partially. That was pretty scary because we didn't know if he was going to be able to come back. So, you know, there are a lot of things in the series, but I mean, the biggest takeaway from the series by far is just the complete blunder by the Yankees yesterday. Better. Yeah. Yeah, they can't be feeling good. Yeah, incredible. Open up wide, Marcel. I just want to show you, John, how beautiful it is today. You know, so here we are on the south side. There's the airport. It's just a spectacular day, and we're going to have that tomorrow for the parade as well. So it's pretty spectacular. Actually, right there's downtown, and if you push past downtown, that's where they're headed. Right up there is Dodger Stadium. You can sort of see it just to the north side. It's a little hazy, but you know, that's a long ways away. You know, that's pretty incredible to be able to see it that clear, and we're some 25 miles away from that location. So for the most part, everybody's off the plane, it appears. Now they're just trying to grab their luggage, get on their buses, and we believe head back to Dodger Stadium. Doesn't get any better. Yep, does not get any better. It's been an exciting day. Yeah. The players. Yamamoto. That's Freddie Freeman right there. Seconds or 10 minutes? How far out are we? Oh. Yeah, the boys are home. Now, don't be shocked. That's a New England Patriots airplane, and the family came in on another aircraft. We thought the players were on that, but no, they were on the New England Patriots plane. They just all got off a few moments ago, being reunited with their family. They have buses that are standing by. We believe to take them to Dodger Stadium. From there, they can get in their vehicles and head home. A lot of folks have been hugging. One plane had women and children, just nothing but families. It was incredible to see them all come off the plane. And then, of course, we didn't know this, but on the plane you see right there, the New England Patriots plane, all of a sudden the players came off. We had Freddie Freeman came off. We saw him, obviously the MVP. We also saw another player, Buehler, holding up the championship trophy. That was amazing. All right. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, don't be shocked by the Patriots airplane. Our players actually came in on that plane, and family came in on another one. We followed the plane with a family, and we thought maybe our players were on board, but they weren't. They were on the New England Patriots plane. So now what you're seeing is the players merging with the family members who got off the other aircraft, and then there's 6 or 8 buses here. They're going to try and get everybody together, and we believe there'll be a caravan from here, and they'll take the players to Dodger Stadium. They have an escort standing by. Looks like law enforcement with motorcycles in this barricade that they're going to, not barricade, but the route that they're going to take along that stretch as they head back to Dodger Stadium. You can see the police motorcycles there. And what a stunning day, John. It's just been phenomenal to watch this. You let me know when you got to go. You let me know when we have to leave. What do you think? How long? We have 5 minutes and we have to leave for fuel. Yeah, it took us by surprise. You know, we had the flight number. Go to the other plane real quick, Marcel. And this plane flew in. We followed it. It landed. It looked fantastic. United flight number. We thought, hey, the players and maybe the families are on board. We saw nothing but kids get off the plane and family members. Everybody's having a great time. Then this aircraft taxis in, and I saw it, but I thought, well, you know, maybe the Patriots are playing the Rams. I'm not sure what that's doing there. And then all of a sudden we started to notice everybody getting off was merging with the family members and going towards the buses, and it was our players. They had the hats on. They had the Dodger logos on. You can see all the staff down here wants to get pictures with the players. So for the most part, everybody is off the plane. They've merged with their family. They've grabbed their baggage that's come off the plane. So this is about done here at LAX. They're getting on the buses, and now the buses are going to head, we believe, to LAX. They can get to their cars. They can unwind. They can get home. And, of course, get ready for the big parade tomorrow at 11 in downtown. Yeah. Yeah. Where's the newscopter? Oh, so we'll do Van Nuys. We'll go as soon as they get here. What does almost here mean? Where are they? Powering up? Like? Okay. Say again? We got like 5 minutes. But the other helicopter's almost here. So hopefully, we're hoping it'll be seamless. I'm not sure where they're at. That'll be all right. Yeah, I didn't think they were all going to go back to Dodger Stadium. They're getting in their private, you know. They're going home. They don't want to go to Dodger Stadium. Would you? All right. Yeah, John, it's interesting. You know, a lot of family got on the buses. A lot of players met up with their families on. They got on private vehicles. So we thought there might be a big motorcade of buses headed from here to Dodger Stadium. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to play out. You see all the buses off to the right. Family members are on there. The players got off the New England Patriots plane, which was a little bit of a shock to us. We didn't know that was going to be the case. We saw a lot of players get their luggage, meet up with their family, and then get into private vehicles or get picked up, which makes sense to me. I didn't think the players really wanted to go all the way back to Dodger Stadium before they went home. Some may, but we did see quite a few actually come off and get into a private vehicle, an Uber or whatever, or another family member picking them up, something along those lines. You can see officers on top of the deck there at Atlantic for security. You also see some of the buses pulling out. So the bus, the plane on the right, the United plane, that had basically family members on it. And then on the left, which startled us, as we mentioned, John, we just didn't know that was going to be the case, the New England Patriots plane had all the players on board. Initially, we couldn't tell for sure, and then we started to notice some of the players. And then, of course, as you mentioned, Bueller held up the championship trophy, and then it was obvious to us exactly why they used that plane to be brought back home. That'll be an interesting side story. I'm not sure. Obviously, they could have taken another one. United they could have chartered, but maybe maybe the Patriots felt they owed it to them, and they gave them the plane. A bone. Yeah. Well, you can expect a lot of excitement. You can expect people pouring in early. So if it's 11 o'clock, by 10 o'clock, you can expect downtown Los Angeles to really see the influx of people. Then it gets so crowded, once everybody gets in place, you can't even move. And as the parade goes by, it's so exciting. I think we're going to have hundreds of thousands of people. I really do. And it's hard to judge a crowd, but we'll be there doing it and trying to do our best. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be amazing. The one thing you have to watch out for, though, when it's over, and you have these 100,000 people, they come in slowly. They leave all at once. So if you work in downtown, I just wouldn't go there. If you can get off early or just not work, that's the way to go, because downtown Los Angeles is just going to be chaos. There's no question about that. It starts at 11. It'll probably go a little late. It'll probably go, till 1 o'clock or so before things start to thin out. But it's going to be chaotic, especially as far as traffic is concerned. In downtown, Metro is the way to go. You don't want to drive in. It's just no place to park. It becomes really, really tricky. Copy. Thanks, Chris.
If you have questions about that, you can reach out to LA Mayor News and we'll connect you with the Dodgers, who's running point on that. Again, go Dodgers. And with that, I'll give it to Mayor Bass.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I don't know how you are feeling, but I am feeling like victory. Victory. This is a wonderful day, and I know that the Dodgers plane just landed, and they were greeted with a salute from the fire department, and we can't wait to see them back here. Let me just say that as soon as this press conference is over, I will be shipping a Dodger jersey to my colleague in New York, Mayor Adams, because he has lost the bet. And he will be wearing a Dodger jersey in City Hall in New York. So on behalf of the entire city, I want to express our pride and heartfelt congratulations to the Dodgers, to the players, and to their families, the coaches, the trainers, the front office, and everyone who had a hand in making history last night. Every night, each of you exemplified the very best of our city and put greatness on display. Exactly 1 week ago, I stood here in this very spot and said that LA was ready to win. Now LA is ready to celebrate, and what a better day to do that than Fernando Valenzuela's birthday. As we prepare for tomorrow, we will work to keep Angelenos safe, as always, alleviate traffic, and ensure that we welcome the Dodgers back home in style and safety. Our LAPD and LAFD partners have been preparing for this parade extensively and have strategic plans in place that will be implemented both downtown and throughout the city. I again want to urge Angelenos to celebrate responsibly. Violence of any kind will not be tolerated. Arrests were made, unfortunately, following instances of violence and destruction last night, and LAPD investigators are ongoing to hold accountable people who were involved. However, the overwhelming majority of the celebrations last night were joyful and peaceful, and I want to thank the many Angelenos who celebrated peacefully. The Dodgers have announced 2 celebration opportunities this coming Friday, a parade in downtown Los Angeles and a ticketed event at Dodger Stadium. We are all urging participants to go Metro. Do not get stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic as the parade passes you by. To firms and offices located here in downtown, the city recommends a work-from-home policy to minimize cars in the area. But I know that downtown restaurants will be open, and see, this is an opportunity that we're going to repeat many times. This is how a celebration and a victory and the city coming together can benefit our business community. So when you are downtown watching the parade or participating in the celebrations, make sure you go to a restaurant or go to a local shop and patronize them. So to the thousands of Angelenos coming to downtown tomorrow, again, I urge you to look around, spend some money downtown, help the businesses. Culture is around every corner. Just across the street, you can buy mochi from a family-owned store that's been in LA for more than 120 years. And right next to that, there's a shop. That's where I'm going to go get my gear to send to Mayor Adams. I look forward to seeing everyone out there tomorrow on what would have been Fernando Valenzuela's 64th birthday to celebrate our team and to celebrate our city. So that's what we do, because we are a city of champions. Go Dodgers. Go Dodgers. With that, let me introduce the chair of the Board of Supervisors, Lindsay Horvath.
Thank you so much, Mayor. And in case there was any question, it is clear the West Coast is the best coast. Yes, what a legendary series. What an epic finish. I don't know if I'm ever going to forget that 5th inning. Holy man. And what an unbelievable team. Congratulations to the entire Dodgers organization on your World Series championship. We are so excited to welcome you home here in Los Angeles and to celebrate with Angelenos throughout Los Angeles County. The Dodgers represent what is best about Los Angeles, and this victory is a reminder that hard work, dedication, perseverance, and continued optimism win the day. They didn't give in, but instead they dug deeper with determination and grit to become world champions once again. And this incredible team has united Angelenos throughout the region with pride and with joy. Now, some of our Halloween demons were out on display last night, but tomorrow is All Saints Day, so we expect you to be bringing that kind of behavior for our team and our city to celebrate across the region. As we come together to celebrate our home team tomorrow, it's important that all of Los Angeles County prepares for the impacts downtown, including in our Civic Center. My message to anyone planning to do business with the county at the Hall of Administration, the Hall of Justice, or the Hall of Records is to do so today, Monday, or online. If you can avoid the Civic Center tomorrow, Friday, November 1st, please do so. All county buildings will remain open, but moving through downtown will be extremely difficult. So please plan ahead. You can visit lacounty.gov to access services online. And our county, of course, is here to serve our residents and customers, but we want to ensure everyone is informed and prepared for the impacts downtown. I too want to encourage downtown businesses, especially along the parade route, to consider telework, and I know we'll be doing the same for our office staff in the county. We're encouraging all county staff who don't have to be downtown tomorrow to work from home. We are days away from a presidential election as well, and the Los Angeles County Registrar Recorder's Office is operating 648 vote centers across the county, including in downtown, and those vote centers will remain open and accessible throughout the parade. Voters can access real-time information about the voting centers and on voting center locations, as well as wait times at locator.lavote.gov. The County Office of Emergency Management, our Sheriff's Department partners, LA County Fire Department, and our county-wide public safety partners have been and will continue to be planning and continuing for safe and enjoyable celebration. The Commissioner's Trophy is heading back to Los Angeles, where it belongs. And I want to thank everyone for staying informed and staying safe. And it is now my true pleasure to welcome my partner in safety, Los Angeles County Sheriff Robert Luna.
That's a hard act to follow. Thank you, Supervisor Horvath. So the first thing I want to say on behalf of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, all the men and women, congratulations to the Dodgers organization. They made us proud. And Supervisor Horvath explained it perfect. It's not just the fact they won, it's how they won. And you'll see a lot of our sheriff deputies out in our communities wearing Dodger caps, which is awesome. But what you also will see, get a picture of the Suffolk County sheriff in New York, because he challenged me that if the Yankees won, I'd have to wear a Yankees cap, and if the Dodgers won, he'd be wearing a Dodgers cap. Guess who's not wearing a Yankees cap? Just saying. But I do want to talk about the fact that last night we were on full alert. We had additional staff out to make sure that people in Los Angeles County celebrated safely and responsibly. And I am happy to report that the majority of our community members, true Dodger fans, celebrated in that manner. Unfortunately, we did have a couple of pockets throughout the county where we had some challenges. And unfortunately, we did make some arrests. And I do want to remind our community, as we continue this celebration, that we have to celebrate and respect the win the Dodgers made by behaving responsibly. And when you go out and celebrate, please do not use illegal fireworks. Do not go out and close down intersections and take them over and have cars spinning around. We saw some of that on video last night. It is an extremely dangerous activity. And I said this the other day, I don't want to have to make a notification to somebody's parents that one of their loved ones passed away from doing that irresponsible behavior. Destruction of property and obviously violence has been mentioned. But again, I want to stress the individuals that were involved in that last night was a very small segment of the East Los Angeles community, because most of them were out celebrating because they love their Dodgers. I also want to reinforce the message that the Civic Center will be a very busy place tomorrow. At least for us, there'll be a lot of communication or telecommuting for work purposes. I also want to stress the fact that if you can avoid your car and use Metro, and our partner Stephanie Wiggins from Metro will be up here. I also want to ensure the public that's traveling, we are going to have enhanced policing on all of our buses and trains tomorrow. So it will be absolutely safe to do so back and forth. And we are ready for many things. Again, victory for the Dodgers, getting ready for the election. We have our big West Hollywood Halloween event tonight, so there's no lack of things going on, wonderful things. That's why we're so blessed to live here in Los Angeles and Los Angeles County. But again, be safe, let's take care of each other, and foremost, if you see something, please say something so we can keep each of us safe during this wonderful time of celebration in Los Angeles. And with that, I would like to introduce Councilmember Hugo Soto Martinez. Cuando acabemos, lo vamos a hacer separado. Gracias.
Good morning, everyone. Buenos días a todos. I will be making my comments just in Spanish, so we don't have folks saying the same thing. Lo voy a decir en español. So, qué increíble victoria de los Dodgers ayer. Les ganamos a los Yankees y es algo que tenemos que celebrar. Y más que todo, yo sé que todos los leyendas de los Dodgers, incluyendo nuestro ídolo, el Toro, que falleció hace unos días, está arriba sonriendo hacia toda la ciudad de Los Ángeles. Y quiero recordar a la gente que es bueno festejar, es bueno estar feliz sobre esta victoria, le da una razón para la ciudad de estar en celebración, pero queremos recordar a la gente que por favor celebren con responsabilidad. Lamentablemente, cuando uno hace algo, todos pagamos los trastes rotos de esas personas. Y sí vimos unos eventos ayer, pero tenemos otra oportunidad otra vez. Somos la ciudad de Los Ángeles y en este momento tenemos que actuar como angelitos. Pero no los angelitos de Anaheim, ¿ok? Pero el viernes vamos a tener una celebración sobre todo el centro de Los Ángeles y estamos empujando que la gente, por favor, use el camión, use el metro a llegar al centro de Los Ángeles. Y cuando estén aquí, que también patronicen los negocios que están. Tenemos muchos negocios pequeños que dependen de esos dólares. Y también va a haber una celebración en el estadio de los Dodgers. Pero ese va a ser un evento van a tener tickets para ese evento. Pero ahorita creo que es un momento de celebrar y como dijimos, el Toro está arriba sonriendo sobre todo Los Ángeles y vamos a ver si podemos ganar otro el próximo año, pero hoy hay que celebrar, pero recuerdo, hay que celebrarlo de una manera responsable. Muchas gracias.
Hi, good morning. And we love our Dodgers. And as Randy Newman once said many years ago, we love LA. What a team to really capture the spirit of this city. What a team. And today we all wake up Dodger blue. But first and foremost, let me congratulate the Los Angeles Dodgers on their incredible winning of the 2024 World Series. At this moment, a point of pride in our city, it is a privilege to host the Dodgers World Series parade right here in our own community. And our city has a strong, the LAPD is fully prepared to ensure a safe and enjoyable celebration tomorrow. Our city has a strong track record of successfully managing large-scale events, and the 2024 Dodgers World Series Victory Parade is going to be no different. Together with our local partners, elected officials, and Major League Baseball, we've established a comprehensive safety plan designed to create the safest environment for fans and visitors alike. You will notice an increased presence of LAPD officers along the parade route tomorrow and throughout the surrounding neighborhoods. Our officers will be conducting enhanced patrols and are on standby to quickly respond to anything that may arise. To alleviate traffic congestion, as been mentioned, we urge everybody to take advantage of public transportation. Utilizing the metro system and other transit services is a safe and a convenient way to reach the parade from various locations. We celebrate this remarkable occasion. I want to emphasize the importance of responsible behavior. If you plan to enjoy some beverages during the festivities, please arrange for a safe ride home. But let us maintain the positive spirit that has defined our season and avoid any actions that could jeopardize the safety of ourselves and others. And I am confident with your support, we can make the celebration of the 2024 Los Angeles Dodgers World Series Victory Parade an unforgettable event for everybody. Next, I'd like to introduce the LA Department of Transportation General Manager Gloria Rubio Cornejo.
Good morning, everyone. The Dodgers are the World Series champions yet again. Yes. And here in Los Angeles, we celebrate our champions with a celebratory parade. At LADOT, we are well practiced when it comes to closing streets for celebrations. Our job is to make sure that the route is clear and accessible while ensuring that continued safe operation of the rest of our transportation system. Our message to Angelenos is if you plan to attend the parade or visit the downtown area on Friday, please use the Metro Rail system, which provides regular service from all corners of our city. There will be closures on surface streets in the heart of downtown Los Angeles, in the general area from Cesar Chavez to 6th Street and between Los Angeles and Figueroa. Closures will begin at 4 a.m. on Friday morning and will remain in place until after the conclusion of the parade, when our special traffic operations teams have determined that the area is safe for resumed vehicular traffic. As a result of these closures, bus service for LADOT Downtown Dash, Metro Bus, and other commuter transit services such as LADOT's Commuter Express and Foothill Transit routes to downtown Los Angeles will be disrupted and detoured. Please visit the websites of the respective transit agencies for more information on detour routes. LADOT will be positioning significant resources, including over 100 traffic control officers, to establish and maintain closures and monitor and adjust signals in response to real-time congestion and to direct traffic throughout the duration of the parade. However, I want to emphasize that if you will be traveling to the downtown Los Angeles area, traveling by Metro will be by far the safest, easiest, and most efficient way to get to your celebratory destination. It is a great time to be a Dodger fan. Whether you have been a lifelong Dodger fan or have recently started bleeding blue, welcome to the celebration. LADOT looks forward to supporting these celebrations and helping you get to your destination in a safe and efficient manner. I would like to now introduce the Los Angeles Metro CEO, Stephanie Wiggins.
Go Metro. Thank you. Thank you, Laura. Good morning, everyone, and congratulations to the world champion Dodgers. We are so excited to be part of supporting how everyone can enjoy the parade festivities in the most convenient way possible. As a reminder, the last time our Dodgers were the champions, we couldn't have a parade. This time, 2020, we couldn't have it. We have a map for you all to highlight how improved the Metro Rail system is to making sure that is the best way to travel, avoid traffic, and make sure you can enjoy the parade festivities. Of note, in 2020, we didn't have the regional connector. We have direct stops at Little Tokyo, Broadway, right here at City Hall, where the parade will approximately start, and also Grand Avenue, Bunker Hill for Civic Center, et cetera. So you can either take our subway system, the B line from North Hollywood, and the D line from Wilshire Western to one of the three stations, either Grand Park, Pershing Square, or 7th and Metro Center. If you're coming from the San Gabriel Valley or the South Bay, you can take the A line to 2nd and Broadway Station, the Grand Avenue Bunker Hill Station, or the 7th and Metro Center stations. If you're coming from Santa Monica or East LA, you can take the E line to those same stations, and you can pick up the A, B, and D lines from Union Station, which connects to Metrolink, Amtrak, and many other bus services. Now, for the hundreds of thousands of people who take the bus in LA County, the parade will affect your commute if your bus route goes through downtown. In all, for Metro, 30 bus lines are affected in the downtown area, including some of our busiest ones, like our J line, our Line 4, our downtown Santa Monica Boulevard, and lines 20 and 720 down Wilshire. We are posting detour maps on our website today, so please go to metro.net for that information, and be sure to also follow us at Metro LA Alerts on X or Twitter for up-to-date service updates throughout the day. Remember, you can save time and avoid lines by loading the $3.50 for a round trip directly on your virtual tap card on your phone using the Tap LA app. iPhone users can now also load their tap card directly onto their Apple Wallet under Transit Card. For those who will be participating in the festivities at Dodger Stadium, we will also be operating our Dodger Express for those ticketed fans, so please follow our website along for information on the Dodger Express. We are so happy for this city, for this team, and all the members of Dodger Nation. The mayor opened up about this being the city of champions. I just also want to lift up, we are also the city of angels. Yep. So let's remember to respect each other, respect property, please respect our operators and respect each other, and celebrate this well-deserved and well-earned accomplishment for the entire city. Now I'd like to introduce LAPD Officer David Mauro-Queen.
Buenos días a todos. Primeramente queremos felicitar a nuestros ganadores de la Serie Mundial, los Dodgers, por esa victoria tan inmensa anoche. Algunos puntos que ya se hicieron. La alcaldesa de Los Ángeles, Karen Bass, y los líderes locales les han presentado un plan coordinado para la festeja que está por venir este viernes. Queremos hacer algunos puntos. Estamos emocionados y estamos listos para apoyar las celebraciones de este gran momento. También queremos hacer unos puntos que no se va a ver. No vamos a tolerar violencia. Queremos que la festejación sea muy importante y queremos que todos con un comportamiento bueno. Ha dicho la alcaldesa Karen Bass que cuando estén aquí en Los Ángeles visitando para esta festejación, que visiten que patrocinen a los negocios y que tengan un buen tiempo. Es lo más importante. También se ha mostrado aquí a mi derecha un plan para Metro, que alientamos a todos que usen transportación pública, los autobuses, los trenes. Para más información, por favor, visiten metro.net y por favor, tengan un buen día. Gracias.
All right, thank you so much. Just to reiterate, for incoming about ways to cover the parade tomorrow, you can reach out to the mayor's office. We'll connect you with the Dodgers. There's also a press release that I believe has been handed out with more information about the announcements being made here. I also want to acknowledge we are joined by LAFD Chief Kristen Crowley, as well as EMD General Manager Carol Parks. Yeah, give them a round of applause. That are joined here today. And with that, we'll open it up for questions. First question to Dakota, second question to Craig.
For the police, the LAPD, you talked about enhanced services. Can you explain what that means exactly? And given the budget deficit that the city is facing, who's going to be paying for that? Is it extra police officers? And how's that going to be paid for? Is Dodgers going to reimburse the city?
Well, I can't speak to the reimbursement piece. That's not in my wheelhouse, but I will tell you that we have on-duty officers that are a part of this plan, and they're going to be out in sufficient number to cover not only the gathering area, but the parade route, as well as the termination, and also the area around Dodger Stadium.
So does enhanced mean additional officers?
Yes, specifically for the parade.
Okay, are they taking on overtime at all?
No, they're on duty.
Second question, then Craig.
Good morning, Mayor. So, Mayor, I'm curious, Mayor to Mayor, when you talked with Mayor Eric Adams, was the reverse true in the highly unlikely that the Yankees won?
Yes, yes, I did agree to that, but I was confident I wasn't going to have to do it.
Next question is Annie Rose, followed by Cecilia from Greenwood.
You talked about businesses and how
Yeah.
this could benefit us for tomorrow. But we visited a few businesses this morning. Were looted, they were damaged, some what happened last night. What do you tell business owners? How do you ensure the safety of their businesses tomorrow next or in 48 hours?
Well, I'm certainly hoping that by the time we get to tomorrow, the temperature would be down a little bit. And what I was encouraging people to do is to patronize the local businesses, because that's the way these type of events help boost the local economy. And again, with our eyes forward to all of the big events that are coming up in 26, 27, and of course 28, I'm just excited that the spirit that we have in our city today, a spirit of unity, of celebration, that we can keep that going beyond celebrating the World Series. And so, of course, we expect people to behave properly. When I say patronize the businesses, I'm talking about going in and paying for whatever it is, if you're buying something or if you're having a meal. And I'm also clear that if anybody does otherwise, they will be held accountable.
Next question to Cecilia, followed by Lee from Radio City.
I wanted to ask, do any of you know when the tickets for the celebration at Dodger Stadium are going to be out? Because I went into the page and it doesn't appear there, and how much they will be.
I'm not sure about that information, but we'll connect you with that. Lee with Radio Soul, followed by Blake with KFI.
Yeah, hi, Mayor. Do you have any plans to invite all the Dodgers players to the mayor's office in the future?
Oh my gosh, of course. Absolutely, I would invite, I mean, not just to the mayor's office, I'm sure. The city council will be inviting the entire team in for a celebration.
Is it also including the coaching staff?
I mean, it was the whole team that came together, and the coaching staff is certainly a part of that.
Next question, Blake.
Yeah, question for the mayor and for the Metro CEO. I know last night one Metro bus was set on fire. What is your reaction to that, and how is that driver doing? I understand that they get off the bus, if I understand correctly.
Thank you. Thanks to the quick response by both LA Fire Department and our support with LAPD, we were able to evacuate safely the operator and the riders who were on board that bus. And again, it was incredibly disappointing to get that news that our bus had been put in that type of position, particularly in light of trying to celebrate a momentous occasion. And, you know, we just ask everyone, again, to respect each other, respect our operators, and respect the property. To celebrate responsibly, you don't have to do what you did. It's a criminal act that our law enforcement partners can talk about, but it is something that is completely unacceptable. And unfortunately, it did occur, but it's not reflective of what we saw throughout the night. But it is something that we don't want to tolerate, and we at Metro, and on behalf of our 12,000 employees, appreciate LAPD and the Sheriff Department proactively identifying additional resources to ensure that we can have a safer system for tomorrow's parade.
Mayor, do you mind touching on that and some of the looting we saw as well? I know the LAPD this morning told us there were, I believe, about 12 arrests total.
Sure, and I'll welcome the Assistant Chief to respond to that as well. You know, as I said in my comments, I mean, I thought that the few incidences of violence, of looting, what happened to the bus, I was horrified by. And I certainly expect everyone to be held accountable who participated in that. But I feel confident that tomorrow will not be the case. I mean, number one, it's in the morning. I mean, number two, you know when those things happen, they're fueled by hours and hours of drinking and celebration, and then people go out and act irresponsibly. But it's so important to focus on the fact that the overwhelming majority of people who were out there celebrating, the people who were celebrating at the Valenzuela Memorial, were peaceful, joyful, unified, and that's my message going forward in terms of how our city needs to celebrate this victory.
Question to Salvador with Univision and the mayor.
Yeah, so just a follow-up to the bus incident last night. I know this is covered by insurance, but can you tell Angelinos how much this costs the taxpayers? Because it's important that people that are burning this bus know all this damage and what it costs.
Couldn't agree with you more.
Thank you. On average, a bus like that costs between $600,000 and $700,000.
Next question right here.
Hi there. Will there be any kind of special tribute for Fernando Valenzuela tomorrow during the parade?
I don't know specifically what the Dodgers have planned, but I can't imagine that there won't be, especially considering it's his birthday. What did you say?
For either Sheriff Luna or LAPD, ¿nos pueden hablar en español sobre los daños de anoche y si fueron cuántas personas fueron arrestadas?
En el condado de Los Ángeles, en el este de Los Ángeles, arrestamos a 2 individuos por tener cohetes muy poderosos, quiero decir. Hicieron daño, comenzaron un incendio y el mensaje para mí es que si alguien está usando cohetes así, explosivos, los 2 que arrestamos por eso están en la cárcel, los metimos anoche, van a estar ahí, son delitos mayores y el bail que tienen es $500,000. So, si alguien está pensando que van a hacer algo así, no lo hagan. I'm going to translate that in English. 2 of the arrests that we made last night in the East Los Angeles incident that we had, there were 2 individuals that were arrested for possession of explosive devices. I am working on getting photos for our community members because they're basically mortar rounds that these individuals are using. They're dangerous, can be deadly. Both of them were arrested for felony charges. They're still in custody, both with a $500,000 bail. I'm telling you that because if you're thinking about using those, you have possession of those, there are significant consequences legally and probably not only to your health, but the health of your family and your neighbors. Don't use them. Thank you. Como estamos preparando anoche, los días pasados pusimos nosotros más de 200 extra aguaciles en la calle para trabajar y estamos preparando no nomás para que los Dodgers ganen, pero la elección que tenemos en esta semana, lo que tenemos ahora por la noche de Halloween en West Hollywood. So vamos a tener mucho más aguaciles trabajando ahora por la noche y los días que vienen para la elección para que todos se sientan seguros. Sorry you couldn't do sign language for that.
All right, thank
I
you.
just have one last question for the PD, and I'm sorry, sir, I didn't get your name. Is there a number of the people who were arrested and a number of businesses damaged in the city of LA last night?
Oh, this is Blake Chow. We made approximately 12 arrests that involved everything from burglary to failure to disperse. I don't have a final number on damage to business. That's something that's still being collected and investigated right now.
Were any officers injured last night?
No, no.
For us at the Sheriff's Department, we are still assessing damage and any potential injuries to our deputies. I could tell you this, that although none of our deputies were hospitalized that I'm aware of now, that could change when I leave this meeting, several of them were attacked with fireworks. As a matter of fact, one of the deputies' vests burned because somebody directed very dangerous fireworks at them. We had a helmet that was, from my understanding, heavily damaged because of fireworks. We had another deputy who was struck with a pipe. Our deputies, our police officers are going to some of these, and again, it's not everybody. Most people are celebrating responsibly, but we're having pockets of individuals that the minute our law enforcement officers get there, whether it's the deputies of Los Angeles County or the officers of LAPD, the crowd turns on them. They're taking bottles, they're taking rocks, they're taking fireworks. So again, that's why we're up here collectively as a team celebrating the huge win. This is a day to celebrate, but please do not go out there and destroy property, use violence. Specifically, every one of these deputies and police officers, they have families at home too. They want to go home at the end of the night in one piece. So please celebrate responsibly. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.
Lo podemos hacer en el lado.
We can figure out something.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, you're listening to a press conference just wrapping up in downtown LA at City Hall. The mayor, city leaders, county leaders discussing some of the problems that occurred last night, also discussing plans for the Dodger Victory Parade, which will be tomorrow at 11 a.m. in downtown Los Angeles. We have a map of the route that will be underway. It will begin in Gloria Molina Grand Park in front of LA City Hall. It's going to head down Spring Street, then turn onto First Street. That route goes down Grand Avenue. It turns on 5th Street to end at Flower. And then after the parade, there's going to be a celebration at Dodger Stadium as well. So a lot going on. The mayor and others recommending people take mass transit to get down there. Traffic is going to be a problem. Parking could be a problem too. So certainly plan ahead. Keep that in mind. And we will have complete coverage of the Dodgers' big World Series win, their arrival back here in Los Angeles this morning at LAX, and the parade. All of it coming up on Eyewitness News at 11 a.m.